Oh.
How's it going, everybody? And welcome to the first podcast of Weststate County Roleplay, hosted by myself and Mr. Leo.
Hello, welcome. This is obviously, as Zach just said, the first stream of the uh, West County Roleplay server. If you guys do want an invite, ask in the chat and we shall proceed with giving you one.
The invite is also going to be in the link in my description is also a link in my description as well for you guys. So today we have, who do we have today? Leo Sky, I believe.
Yes, we have Sky here today, so she will be getting interviewed today because sadly Joe is not available at this moment of time because he had to go to sleep because he has to do stuff in the morning. But Sky is just as good.
All right, Sky, how are you doing today?
I could be better.
Could be better. Not gonna lie, me too. But hey, it is what it is.
Whatever, it's life. It's life.
You know what? Just to make this podcast proper, according to our screen that everybody is seeing right now, I'm gonna go grab me a beer to sip on while we do this podcast.
I might just try and get myself one. Do you know what? I fucking will.
I would say something, but I'm not trying to get in trouble.
Alright, I got myself a nice little Guinness here. So, alright, Leo, you want to start off by asking the first question? Sky, you there?
Yeah.
Alright, Leo, you there? No, I guess Leo's not with us at the moment. Alright, Sky, so, tell me, what is it like being our WSCRP for you? Do you enjoy it, or?
Yeah, I enjoy. Nothing bad yet. Few minor issues with some staff members, but that's kind of what usually happens in service.
Right. So, what department are you in West State County Roleplay?
So I am civilian operations 2, so I am Civ 2. And I am in all departments.
All departments? Alright. So you are an administration member then? Considering the fact that you're in all departments?
In your end.
Cool. I've got a beer, but I got a cider.
I've got a nice Guinness to sip on while we're doing this podcast. Sky, tell us a little bit about yourself. Sky,
you there?
Yeah. Alright, sorry. I had to do something. So I'm 15. I'm British, as you can tell. I have ADHD, autism, all that other stuff. I spend half my time on 5M.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not on 5M, I'm either playing Ready or Not or 4.
Ready or Not is also a good game. I have it, so if you want to play some Ready or Not at some point together,
I could have downloaded it. I could have re-downloaded it right now. Oh my god.
Hey, we can run a 3-man squad on Ready or Not, but yeah.
Yes.
I have squad too.
I'm thinking about getting squad. At some point.
Yeah.
Um,
Right.
so Leo, you have any questions for Sky?
Yeah. Sorry, this side is fucking beautiful. Anyway,
I'm
yeah.
enjoying
So
my
Sky,
next Guinness there, so.
mine's. I didn't have any like beer or anything, so I had a can of cider. I was like, pour that out. A nice little drink with the lads. Yeah, Sky. So, how did you like originate in roleplay? What was your first server? What did you start off on? What year?
Well, with me, I first started on CDOJRP. I joined and I met someone by the name of Saint the Destroyer. I met up with him, and we started a department called Cali Towing, and it got shut down by Ren. And then I moved down to, I believe it was LADOJ second, and then yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, quite interesting. Quite interesting. Zach, where did you start off as? I believe that me and you started off in the same server though. Actually, Zach, DOIJ, if I'm
Yeah,
mistaken.
I started off in Department of Injustice. That was my role play, or that was my first ever role play server. I joined. I joined as a law enforcement officer. My main department was San Andreas Highway Patrol. Back on when I had my PS4, before I
Yes,
switched
yes.
over to PC and started 5M. I was actually funny story about 5M though and DOIJ. I was one of the first members to ever join the 5M portion of DOIJ.
Oh, really?
Yep. In DOIJ, I wasn't that high of a rank in SAHP, but I was a interview staff member for them, and I was also in the 5M portion. I was a Blaine County Sheriff's Officer, about the same kind of rank as I was in San Andreas Highway Patrol. I've also dispatched for them and a bunch of other stuff. I've also been in like CDOJ before as a staff member. I've been in a few roleplay communities myself. I've started a roleplay community back on PS4 called Blue Line Roleplay.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that community got shut down because the members just weren't active at all. So,
Yeah.
but yeah. Then
I mean,
eventually I got with our lovely director, Joe, and he and I started West State County Roleplay together. It was originally called San Andreas State Roleplay, and then we switched it over to West State County Roleplay.
because we had a name change, didn't we? And
Yep,
Joe asked me actually. He asked me to make a couple names. I was like, oh,
Yep.
West County Roleplay sounds alright.
We started it as originally San Andreas State Roleplay. Then we switched over to West State County Roleplay, and we've been West State County Roleplay ever since. Unfortunately, we did have issues before where the community wasn't active enough, and we shut down the server. But now we're back up and running, and we're better than we have been in the past. We're better than we have been in the past. We have more members than we used to, and my current rank in West State County Roleplay, and it'll remain that rank, is Deputy Director.
Yes.
I manage a lot of the stuff. I manage a lot of the Discord things, our team speak. I'm actually building us a brand new CAD on Bubble.io.
Yes.
News to you guys, by the way, because I didn't give you guys any information on the new CAD system yet. But it's being a pain in the ass. For the most part, but it's getting there slowly but surely. Right now we use Rocket CAD, and that's been working out pretty good so far. Can't wait to finish the new CAD system though and get that launched and ready for the rest of our community members to use it and enjoy it.
I mean, that is very good at what you're doing with this server and helping us all out, etc. But to be honest, like, I mean, kind of me and you kind of had the same backstory. I started off on a PS4 server, obviously Department of Justice roleplay. I was BCSO because BCSO is on top. If you disagree, fight me.
Uh,
uh,
I
Oh no.
do actually disagree with you on that one. I would have to say
oh, what's
San
that?
Andreas Highway Patrol is on top for sure because honestly, San Andreas Highway Patrol has more jurisdiction than Blaine County Sheriff's Office or Los Santos Police Department.
See, you say that. Yeah, I disagree even more. BCSO will always be. I mean, obviously people have different opinions.
BCSO has the entire county. Then we have our Sandy Shores Sheriff's Department or Sandy Shores Police Department, which is only Sandy Shores, obviously. And then
Hmm.
hopefully, hopefully we will be getting those vehicles in, and we'll have them do at least just Sandy Shores because that's what their jurisdiction is going to be assigned to. But Blaine
Yeah,
County Sheriff's Office is obviously the entire Blaine County. That's including Paleto Bay, Grapeseed, Sandy Shores, Harmony,
yeah,
and things like that. Um, San Andreas Highway Patrol, right now, their jurisdiction is all highways and interstates, including Route 68, because that is still technically considered a highway.
yeah.
Um,
Of course.
and obviously that runs through the entire map, so that's what I'm saying. That's where San Andreas Highway Patrol has more jurisdiction, technically.
Hmm.
So say if uh, a Blaine County Sheriff's Officer pulls somebody over on Route 13 or Route 68, and if they need 32 and there's no Blaine County Sheriff's units available, then we will dispatch out a highway unit because that is also their jurisdiction. And then same thing with LSPD. LSPD, if they need a backup unit or if they need backup and they are on a highway or interstate, our main go-to is going to be San Andreas Highway Patrol because they patrol through the entire state. So
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Obviously, people have different opinions on certain things, but
that's
I'm
true.
obviously gonna stick. Yeah, I'm obviously gonna stick with my BCSO because that was the first department I ever started in, and it
That
was
that's that's the other reason why I stick with San
mm,
Andreas Highway Patrol because that was my first ever department I started in. I enjoyed it.
yeah.
That's where I
People,
got all my years of law enforcement experience for role play, and
yeah,
that's where it'll always stay. Now, occasionally, since I am deputy director, I do have perks just like you two do as well, where you can do any department. Occasionally,
yeah,
I will
yeah.
run, Blaine County Sheriff's Office or Los Santos Police Department,
LSPD. Yeah,
depending on
yeah,
how
yeah,
I feel. But my main go-to would technically be a San Andreas Highway Patrol supervisor,
yeah. Of course,
which
of course.
means obviously supervisor. I'll be able to go to any call no matter where it's at, even if I'm Blaine County Sheriff's Office. Um,
Mm.
but and the only way you'll know it's me is because I usually tend to drive an unmarked vehicle.
Yeah, I mean, obviously. Sorry, fucking hell, this decided. Oh, pardon me.
Ooh,
That
excuse
decided
you.
right through me. Um. Yeah. So, what was I gonna say? Yeah. Obviously, sometimes I'd like to switch it up a bit. Obviously, because all of us three have access to the old departments.
Yep.
Maybe if I don't want to run any police department, I don't want to be civ. Maybe I'll occasionally run EMS or fire because I know, well, not a fire technically because
Right.
I don't really know how to do that, but I know how to like do some EMS shit.
Right.
It's kind of like I've learned how to do it from the past, and it kind of sticks. So like when you do stuff from the past and you do it enough times, it kind of stick to your brain. But if you do it one time, it's not going to really. It's just going to fly past you. You know what I mean? So you're not going to
Right.
remember it the next day. Um,
Right.
let's move back on the Sky here. I feel
Oh
like we've got
yeah.
off track.
Oh yeah. We definitely did get off track. Sky. How long have you been a part of a roleplay server for?
This one or something
Any in general. Like, what's your history with roleplay servers? Mainly 5M. You can even include
good.
PS4 or Xbox. Like, what was the first community you joined in, and like, can you tell us a little bit about your experience with roleplay, GTA 5 roleplay?
Well, don't laugh at me, but it was on PS3 because I'm a dumbass on that. Yo,
you're
don't
good.
ever, yo.
You're good.
It was on PS3 on GTA 4. Shut the fuck.
Okay.
Hey, you know what?
I never knew.
We all
I
start
never knew roleplay
somewhere.
went.
That's for sure. We all start somewhere.
I
I
got
never,
multiplayer.
I never knew roleplay went back that far.
It
It
actually
did.
did.
If you look up, yeah.
If you watch Department of Justice back when Polecat was actually the director, I don't know if you guys know this. Polecat stepped down due to some unfortunate circumstances, but he
Yeah.
actually started Department of Justice back on GTA 4 for PC.
Jesus Christ. DJ4
You
RP.
can look up Alba
Oh my
555, I
god.
think.
It was actually a thing.
But you had to mod it a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they definitely had
Oh
mods,
yeah.
that's for sure.
Yeah. I joined on PS3 GTA 4. I think the first one I joined was public, and then I went to PS4. I almost just said PS5. PS4, and I played. Oh, I can't even remember what server it was.
Right.
It was like some public one or something where you just had to do one simple application to get it. I did them. Kind of got the server, but just they could have done better. And then I got a P after about I don't know 2 years.
Hey, Leo, actually, if you want to view the live stream on another device, I can make you moderator and stuff so you can see the chats and keep an eye on.
Oh yeah, I'll join on my phone, yeah.
Yep, that's what I do. I moderate on my phone. So, Sky, where do you see West State County roleplay going, let's say, within the next 5-10 years? Like,
Fucking hell.
Yo,
Who said it was gonna go that far?
I'm just giving an example. Like, where do you see West State County roleplay as a community going?
I see it probably going far, and then someone fucking up, and then the server just goes down for shit.
Oh, that's not. That was nice. Oh, by the way, I just typed it. I just typed in the chat. Say mod, please.
Yep, I got you. You're set.
That was a bit. That was a bit rude, man. I mean, if
How?
I was gonna say personal preference, I mean, in 10 years, I think everyone in the server knows that. I don't think any server lasts for about 10 years. Maybe some of them do. That's because owners have time. They have
You'll
time on
be
their hands.
surprised. I mean, Department of Justice has lasted for a long time, and it's still going on to this day. Granted, there was a change in higher ups. Me personally, I see West State County roleplay still going on for a long time, and getting to the point to where we have hundreds of members, and stuff. Sky, what's your goal within West State County roleplay? Like, what do you intend to do?
Probably getting HA.
Hey,
That's a big step up, man.
head admin. You know what? That's a really nice goal. It's a wonderful goal actually, and I could see you potentially making your way up there. Just keep up the great work.
I'd have to control my.
Oh yeah, I mean, doesn't everybody? Doesn't everybody?
Um,
Do you know what?
So, one question I do have is, you said there's been some minor issues with the staff team at West State County Roleplay. Can you give a brief description? Like, can you tell us what's going on?
Well, people fighting, Question: can you hear my fan in the background?
No.
I cannot.
Is it loud as fuck? Okay.
No, my
well-
phone's going on in the background. I have a really good mic, and I'm trying to keep it to where the mic can't pick up my phone.
Mine's shite as hell, but I'm getting this Shaw 7S MV or whatever it is. But yeah, like, stuff in the server, it's fine, but there's just some little kids that are stuff, and it's like hard to control them. Because if you try to tell them what to do, they just be like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna ban you."
No, mine's just
Honestly,
someone as well.
I think I know which member you are talking about, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's honestly why I held back his, or we are holding back his promotion. He says he has 5 years experience in a certain department, and he wants to move up. Good four call signs, and I talked to the director Joe
Fucking
about
no.
it. I said, and I told him, I said honestly, or I responded back to the member. I said honestly, at this, sorry to say, but at this time, we would like to keep you where you're at. As
Yeah.
of right now, I would like to see you prove that you have 5 years of experience in this department before we even consider
I don't even.
moving
I don't
you
even think he's
up.
actually like he does it. I think he's just bullshit.
With how he sound, I'm not the kind of person to judge and things like that, but like
How he's portraying
with
himself.
with the way he portrays himself, and like how he sounds and stuff. Personally, I don't feel that he has those 5 years of experience he's claiming he claims he
Oh,
has. Um,
I think I just figured out what the fuck you're on about.
but
Yeah.
three Charlie 8. I'm not gonna give out the name here because I want to keep it confidential. But
Yeah. Keep it private.
personally, I feel until I see that he does actually have the 5 years of experience and like
Oh,
he
this guy.
shows it,
Oh yeah.
yeah, and he shows it to us. I don't see him moving any further up the ranks at the moment because honestly, with how he portrays himself, I don't. Like I said, I don't see that he has the 5 years of experience because I feel he's just not at the age level, so to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That proves that he has that experience. Like I started back role playing back in like 20. Oh, when did DOIJ start? I think
I think me
DOIJ
and you
started
started
20.
2017.
Yeah, it was about late 2017, early 2018. Um, I was about like how old was I? I was like 17 or 18 at the time, and now I'm 21, so I have a few years of role play experience, and that's gotten me to where I am today. I know how to run a community, and I know how to run it right without being power hungry. Like
Yeah.
some community directors are. I'm not going to mention any names or any community names or anything like
I
that
think
because
I
I
think
want to
to
be
be
fair.
honest, with you, so you obviously know Indio AJ, right? You know the owner. His name begins with a C.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was rumors about him. So you know the YouTuber who like streamed his entire server. I think it's can't remember his name. I think his name begins with an N.
No. Gingy. Gingy was
No,
the main one in Department of Injustice that started um, the the live streaming and recording all the
Nox
videos.
something. I think it was not. I think it was Noxity or something.
Navity, yes, Navity.
Novity. There we go. Yeah,
Navity is
that's
the
the name.
one, and then Gingy as well. They were both the two big ones. Navity was the one that got
Uh,
DOIJ to where it was originally, and then right before I left DOIJ,
that's when Gingy
the
started.
no, Gingy was there before I even left. Gingy was there when I
Oh
started
wow.
in DOIJ, but Navity was the one that got it to where it was.
Yeah.
Back then, DOIJ fell apart 3 years ago. Um,
Yeah.
so the community did not even last long at all. A lot of good members left. Their staff members were the staff members were playing favorites in my opinion, and I did not appreciate that.
Yep. Exactly. Spot on.
Nobody left
Spot on.
DOIJ for that reason
Yep.
because
Spot on, man.
everybody treated him like crap, even though he was the one that got DOIJ to where it was with
Yep.
those
Exactly.
what was it 200-300 members.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, there was rumors about um. I mean, said I think. I mean, we can basically say the name because the owner's name because I mean they're obviously not fucking tuning in because he's doing his own shit at the moment.
I think his name was Cameron, if I remember correctly.
No, it
You'd be
was Con.
surprised actually.
It was his name was Con.
Khan, yes, Khan. That's who it was.
Yep.
Khan.
There was basically there was rumors about him. Um, he Novelty actually kind of leaked it like purposely. He kind of said, "Oh, I'm gonna go do something," and accidentally clicked on his browser. And there was obviously a contract to it. If Novelty posted a video and it got a certain amount of views, they get paid
Yep.
from the donations.
Yep.
Con was not paying Novelty any amount of any YouTube video that he was making. So whenever Novelty would breach that certain amount, even the maximum
Yep.
capacity, he was not getting
Yep.
paid. And
Exactly.
even so, I've heard recently this is not back when I was in DYJ. This was recently that
Hmm.
because I paid $50 for Floater. Back then, I was fucking
Oh
stupid.
yeah,
I,
dude. I paid 50 to 100 back then when I got floater.
exactly.
I paid the 100 for it to get all the perks I had back then.
Mm,
Speaking of Khan though, Khan was one of those that yes, directors and deputy directors shouldn't have to be active as much. Khan was
yeah.
hardly ever active. You'd see him
Oh,
maybe once.
he was in like once a year. Once a
Yeah, it was
year.
like once a year you'd see him active. And when I was in DOIJ, but right before I left, it was literally right before I left. I messaged Khan. I said, "You need to get your staff in order because
Yeah.
they are playing favorites. You know, I've been in part of this community for so long,
Yeah.
and when it came to things like promotions, they would always skip over me, even though I'm one of the few members that had worked the hardest."
Yeah. I mean, they were kind of moving back to fourth with certain ranks. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
was, I think my last rank there was a lieutenant in BCSO.
I didn't even make it past Master Trooper. They would not put me past Master Trooper. I was supposed to be corporal, and I was told that by several staff members. And no, or I did not receive the promotion, which I thought was bullshit. Because again, they were playing favorites. That's
Yeah, I mean
all it
they
came down
loved
to.
it.
They love
At
playing
the end of it,
favorites. Actually, 3 years ago, I just seen a video about this recently on YouTube. 3 years ago, do you remember Chief Reddits?
yep, that he was a pedophile.
You can't say that you can't say that word.
Oh,
I'm
he
not
was the
gonna
p word.
judge Chief Raditz or anything, but Chief Raditz left the community 3 years ago, and I thought he was amazing when it came to his role play. Um,
Hmm.
I thought he did a really good job. He left 3 years ago because everybody was talking smack about him and stuff like that, and
Yeah.
he had announced that he was leaving. In his video that he recorded, showing that or stating that he was leaving and all that, or that he left DOYJ, he explained what happened and all that stuff. And I thought it was funny that it was also a dick move, but I thought it was funny that he took a buzzard and blew everybody up
Hmm.
in the county. He literally did. It was
Okay.
Sandy and Harmony. He flew a buzzard
But yeah,
down
was it
Sandy
the
Shores
guy
Lake.
that was on YouTube?
Huh?
The guy was on YouTube. The guy who did.
Chief Reddit. His YouTube name is It's Reddit.
Yeah, he I mean, I liked the guy. I mean, I liked him, but he was exposed for the p word, and the evidence was solid. I'm not gonna lie to you, it was solid.
Not gonna lie. That's from what I gathered on Department of Justice, because I used to be a part of Department of Justice. I left because their training schedules just never really fit with my schedule. Um, that's why the director of Department of Justice stepped down, because a lot of even the good members that had left years ago, almost a lot of the members there had physical evidence against the director, and most of it was that he was basically a pedophile. He was talking to young children and all that stuff,
Yep.
and the way he treated his members was downright wrong, and stuff like that. But
Um,
honestly, we are getting a little off topic here. Let's go back and talk
we went away
to.
off topic.
Oh yeah, we went way off topic. Um, Deputy
Oh,
Masters, if you would like to be a part of the broadcast, as long as you are a West State County roleplay member,
oh,
what
he
you'll
is.
have
Yeah,
to
he is.
do, yep, what you'll have to do is DM myself or Leo, and we'll add you into the next podcast. That we do, which I believe we're gonna do that. What do we think tomorrow?
I say you
Yeah.
do that every Monday.
Every Monday. I mean, technically it is
We'll
Sunday
do
for me.
we'll do every Monday starting next week. So we'll do a
Every
How is
podcast
it Sunday?
tomorrow.
Yeah, so
We'll
we'll do a
do
podcast tomorrow for that'll be our second one, and then every Monday after that we'll have a podcast.
yeah, exactly. So
Cool, but yep, Deputy Masters, if you just want to go ahead and DM myself and Leo, we will fit you into the schedule for tomorrow. Say, what do we think? 7 p.m.
my time or your time?
Eastern Standard Time.
I'm gonna check that. What time was it for you when we started?
This live stream has been going on for 31 minutes and 20 seconds now.
Okay, so what time did you start tomorrow?
So, do we want to start at like 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time in the afternoon?
Yeah, let me check my BST.
All right. I will go ahead.
I mean,
and
that's
check
what.
that, and I will get you added to the podcast schedule, Deputy Masters.
Yeah, that's 1 a.m. for me, but that should be okay. We'll do like an hour of
Yes, sir.
podcasting. So yeah. Sky, is there anything else you want to like talk to us about? Because if you don't, you feel free to, if you want, you can leave. You know, me and Zach will continue the podcast, talk about other things. If you anything else you want to add on today, Sky? Any questions?
No. But if you don't mind if I can stay in here.
Yeah,
You're
you're
staying
more than
here? No
welcome to
problem.
stay in here. Give me 1 second while I add tomorrow's podcast to my calendar, so that way I can
Just
note down
with me?
that. If you want to join in with us tomorrow, you're more than welcome to. We could probably honestly add you as part of the podcast team if but that's
Yeah.
up to Leo as well.
Yeah, the only reason why I want to be in here is because if I'm alone in my room for too long, alone, I lose my mind and I start throwing shit at the wall. No, literally, that's fucking depression. I have depression.
Yeah. So,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
so do I. I just
I'm with you there.
play video games.
So yeah, Deputy Masters, I have you down, or we have you down for tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, if that's all right. And say we'll have these podcasts last like what, about an hour and a half a piece. That
Yeah,
okay
yeah.
with everybody? Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
So that is now noted in my calendar. Leo, if you want, I can remind you as well. If you don't have it set in a calendar or anything, but I have it
Yeah,
noted
you
down,
can.
so it'll notify me. I mean, that. Leo, what do you think? Do you think we add Deputy Masters if or whenever Sky hops off?
oh, right now.
Or we can add him now, or we can just continue and have him scheduled for tomorrow.
We can add him right now. I mean, we're just gonna continue doing this shit. To be
Yep.
honest, I mean.
So, Deputy Masters, let me add you to the group and stuff, so you can be able to chat in here. Let's see here. I sent you or I'm gonna send you a friend request. Oh wait, we're friends. Okay, cool.
I can. Yeah, I was gonna say I could add him if you need.
So let me add him real quick.
Yeah. By the way, anything that like if you break any rules here, it's gonna affect you in other places. I'll tell you that.
Yep.
Because the
I
podcast
might
will-
have to go. There's police at my door.
Well, we love that. All right, man.
Okay. Well, Sky, I hope you
Hold
have a
on, very back.
wonderful.
I'll go on mute. Just if I have to go, then I'll leave.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Well, just in case if you have to go, then I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.
That was lovely.
Deputy Masters, if you want to go ahead and join us.
Oh, finish my soda. Yeah. So as I was saying,
Go ahead.
if you obviously if you break rules here, this podcast is attached to the server, so anything said here will affect you on the server. I'll
Yep.
tell you that now. So
Yep,
say anything
exactly.
say anything bad, punishment will be obviously be hack the hell
You
down
know,
on you. Well,
you
welcome.
are allowed to voice your opinion about the
Yeah,
server.
obviously.
But if it gets too far out of hand, then head administration will have to deal with that, and I prefer not to have to deal with that because I like to give everybody a fair chance.
Yeah. So welcome, Mr. Nicholas. Welcome to the podcast for West State County Roleplay. We would like to thank you for taking your time and to come on here and first interview. Are you there? Actually. Oh my God, Nicholas, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
Jesus Christ, Nicholas, your voice has gone deep. Last time I seen you, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I was listening to Zach's old YouTube videos, and I was like, oh my god, I sounded like a 10-year-old.
You did a little bit, but hey, you know what is what it is. Everybody changes.
Yep.
So, Nick, I heard you just recently joined West State County Roleplay.
Mm-hmm.
What department did you decide to join?
HP.
HP?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. My favorite department. There we go. Let's get it.
Yep, I already dislike you already.
Wow, yo.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
you
gonna
are
be like
you are an admin, so you could roleplay as HP if you wanted to.
Oh, I know I could, but
Hey,
actually,
you know what? It's your personal preference.
So is
Oh,
it
look.
true that DOIJ shut down 3 years ago?
DOIJ, they went through
changed
they went through a whole community-wide change, and that's including a name
Yeah.
change. I don't know what their
Yeah,
new community name is now.
It's Ixia.
Um,
It's Ixia, but it closed.
Oh, did it? So then,
Mhm.
yeah, Ixia shut down. Probably, I don't want to say. I wonder
2
if it was
years.
like
Or a year ago.
a year ago. Yeah,
Probably.
so they've
When-
lasted about a good 4 or DOIJ, or is now formerly known as Ixia. Lasted about I don't want to say a good 5 years or so.
It shut down 5 months ago, actually.
Oh well, yeah. So about a good 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
Zach,
Yeah.
we have people that are wanting to get interviewed. So how about this? We give about 15 minutes each person. So I think we have Henry asking and Joe.
Joe is asking now.
Yeah, Joe just said indeed. Let me know too. So okay.
Where did he say
By
that
the way,
at?
the only-
General.
Okay.
Wait, send me the Twitch. I'm in the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Okay, cool.
So we can do 15 minutes with Masters.
Yep.
Then we can move on to Henry
Yep.
and then maybe Joe if he's available.
Yep. It sounds good to me.
Guy, what happened with the police? Did you get arrested?
No, my brother has a DDoS tool on his PC created by the police. So
Oh. Shit.
he didn't.
Probably his brother.
I mean,
did
I was
that,
gonna
didn't
say, obviously he didn't get arrested if he's back here, which is wonderful news that he's back. So, Nick, real quick, Leo, how long has Nick been a part of the podcast for so far?
I'd say
5,
about,
probably.
5 minutes. Yeah,
5 minutes. All
Probably
right.
about
So,
10 minutes now.
Nick, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm not a very interesting person. I don't have a lot to say. I've been doing 5 MRP for like 3 years. Ever
Okay.
since DOIJ, ever since I joined DOIJ, that was the first community I ever joined. And that was DOIJ was they made the transition like what was it? Beginning of 21 maybe or beginning of 20?
Yeah, something like that.
It was like late 2019, early 2020 when they transitioned to 5M. As I
So-
mentioned before, I was actually one of the first members to be a part of the 5M community.
So
DOIJ.
I did LSPDFR before that for like 2 years. So
LSPDFR,
And-
also a good program to run on PC if you guys own a PC. Definitely check out LSPDFR. It is a nice modded version of GTA 5 if you like to play story mode. LSPDFR.
if you
guys-
install stuff correctly, if you install your stuff correctly.
Yeah,
It
I
yeah,
have
if you install your stuff correctly. But LSPDFR basically is a modded version of GTA 5 story mode where you can actually pull over Alpha Ida, as we call them, or NPCs is another name for them. You can pull them over, write them tickets, and all that other good stuff. And you can, just like 5M, you can actually install IRL vehicles like the.
Why do you call them alpha idas?
AI?
AI is much shorter. AI is much shorter.
AI is much
Yeah, but
shorter,
it's more
but AI
it's more
stands
realistic.
for Alpha Ida.
It's more realistic.
Yeah. So, Nick, what are your goals within WSCRP? Where do you plan to get to in the future?
To have a corrected department of troopers.
A correct.
And do you one day wish to run a corrected troopers? No, good
Yes.
troopers.
Yes.
So you plan on becoming a department head at some point? Okay.
Yes.
It's a good little goal of yours, to be honest. I mean, Nicholas, I've known you for a little while now. We obviously haven't really spoken a lot due to certain details that we won't get into.
I never liked you, to be honest, but I have changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
I have changed quite a
You
bit.
know, it's been a while since
I'm not
I
even gonna
spoke
lie.
to Nicholas myself as well. We have had our issues in the past, but I believe
I don't
honestly we could obviously work through them no matter what.
Yeah.
Everybody, Everybody deserves a second chance.
Yeah, I didn't. To be honest, I never really liked Joe or not Joe. I didn't like Joe much either, but I never really liked Leo because I thought he was like very egotistical.
Oh, here you go.
That's the
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this much. If you ever meet me IRL, I'm not. This is not a threat. Before you put it out there. If you ever meet me IRL, I'm definitely different the way you meet me in the game. In the game, I'm kind of like die. Honestly, just die in a pit. No, IRL, I'm kind of like crazy. I'm all over the place. But in the game, I'm kind of chill. You know, I don't really just whatever in it.
Yeah,
So
to be honest, I perceive Joe as the same way. I mean, he still kind of is from what I know of him, but I get over that kind of stuff now.
Oh yeah.
Used to be I did. Used to be it was just kind of if I don't like you, I'm not gonna talk to you. But like now,
Yeah.
I don't really care.
You know, honestly, I think Joe is still with us, listening into the podcast as well. I personally
I don't
have
really
had my
doesn't
issues
care.
with Joe, but as of right now, I have worked through those issues, and you know, Joe and I'd kind of like to think Joe and I have kind of formed a little bit of a bond, and some trust was gained, and we can definitely work together as a team. I'm not going to get into what issues exactly I had with him because, you know, I want to keep it confidential. But
Yeah, we had
like I
we had
said,
issues with Choco. we had issues with everybody back in them days.
Well, honestly, I never really had issues with Choco.
I didn't have any issues
I
with
thought
Choco, but I know
Choco
people
was
struggled
a good guy.
Choco. You don't
Choco
even-
was a very genuine man.
He was
Choco was
He was so nice, bro. He helped me through a
Oh,
lot
yeah.
of things, and he
Oh,
will
yeah.
forever just have some place in me that will
Yeah.
always remain because
You know,
he helped me out a lot.
it's been a while.
Choco
since
was a very genuine man.
It's been a while since I talked to Choco, but all right. I think honestly, I believe it's about time we get the next member in here to interview. What do you guys think?
It's only
Yes.
been 10 minutes. It's only been 10 minutes.
That's
Well, you're
what I was
very
saying
eager to stay
about.
on here, aren't you? Very eager to
Hey,
stay,
you know
eager
what?
to
We
stay on here.
could honestly pull in another member, and we can continue the interview with Nick, and we can have a nice little podcast with multiple members in here.
Yes, we can. So Nicholas has 4 minutes left on the clock, but we can also bring Henry in here just for a little bit, and then when our 4 minutes goes, that's Nicholas, and then Henry can do on it on his own. Henry, I will go ahead and give you a little ad here, and welcome to the podcast, my friend. Give you a little
I
ring.
messaged Choco the other day,
Really,
and he said, "Who's this?"
I haven't talked.
He said, "Who's this?"
Yeah, I haven't talked to Choco in a while. I know last time we ran into issues, and it was things, this was back then when we were in Choco server, and we had we had some issues, and we felt you weren't doing things the proper way. That's the last time I talked to Choco, but you know what? Glad to see you join West State County Roleplay, and I hope you continue to stay with us while we continue to grow, and I hope you do end up reaching your goal at some point.
Hold on.
Welcome, Henry. Welcome to the podcast. And we want to thank you for taking your time out of your day to come here and let us interview you. Just want to make sure you're there, by the way.
Yep. I'm here.
Cool.
Alright, welcome.
So we still have a little bit of time with
Nicholas.
Nicholas. I think we have about a couple minutes remaining with him, and then we'll move on to Henry.
Yeah, Choco was a very genuine man, and yeah, Choco was very nice.
He was very he knew what to say to certain people. You know what I mean? He knew what.
The thing I honestly,
I don't know what happened to Choco.
The only thing I honestly didn't like, and this about Choco, and this also can go for the previous director of the Department of Justice, is if you're a director, yes, it's fine to have devs, but at the start of the community, I believe you should honestly do all the work yourself. Getting the community up and running, creating the server, and things like that. Getting a developer right off the bat, honestly, in my opinion, is not the best option, because then how are you going to learn how to properly make sure the community is up and running to its full potential, and making sure there's no issues at all. That's why I personally, when I run a community, I try and not have a whole lot of moderators or administrators unless I absolutely need them. Majority of the time, I tend to handle issues myself, because it's what a deputy director should honestly, or it's what a director honestly should do, is handle issues themselves. Granted, members are still required to follow chain of command and stuff.
I mean, it seems like most of these new server owners are very desperate for people, and I mean, nothing against Joe, but I feel like he's also like that. He'll put anyone in any position, not knowing anything about them. Just like me, I haven't talked to Joe in over a year, and then like I feel capable for a command. I'm a command position. Love a command position, but.
Sorry about that, guys. I had to kind of turn my mic down.
I mean, how is he supposed to know?
Someone.
I said, so some of the things I see with new server owners. I mean, Joe or not Joe. Joe is not a new server owner, but it just seems like people who start up new servers are super desperate for people, and they'll just put them anywhere. Like for me,
That is
Joe, I haven't
true.
talked to Joe.
I feel Joe is kind of doing that, but on the other hand, I kind of understand that. Like, we are in need of
Yeah.
staff members and stuff. But honestly, how I feel is I don't want to try, or I personally would not start off the bat getting like 30 staff members. I'd
Yeah.
maybe recruit a couple and immediately have them start a staff, but it'd only be a very little.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that's honestly how I feel. But going back on
I
that,
mean, one of the other-
personally, going back on the whole server development stuff for directors, I feel, at least for the majority of when the server first starts back, or community first starts up and stuff, the director of the community should be the one paying for a lot of the stuff and not pushing it on to their members, at least for a while. If they're short on funds, if they're short on funds, it's understandable. That's why we do a donations tab and or why we have a donations link in West State County Roleplay, to help out a little bit. But personally, back then, it's not an issue now, but back then, when West State County Roleplay first started and when it was formerly known as San Andreas State Roleplay, I was the one that mainly paid for everything and let Joe run it all, basically. And anytime I would try and do shit, and that's including even develop the server myself, because I'm the one that paid for it. I should honestly be the one to do the development work. I got turned down because he's a director, and that was like power hungry type thing. But honestly, I feel Joe has changed.
Yeah.
And he's not as power hungry as he used to be. And over time, that's all gonna change.
So kind of.
Go ahead.
So okay.
Hey Zach,
Yes.
look at the time.
The time is 52 minutes and 34 seconds.
I was trying to say something before I was trying to leave,
Go
but-
ahead and say what you want to say, and then we'll move on to Henry. Real quick, sorry
So
about that.
the one thing, like I was saying, the one thing I seem to pick up from these server owners is they'll just throw anyone in a position. For instance, like I haven't talked to Joe in over probably 8 or 9 months, and now Joe sends me a DM. He's like, "Hey, do you want to come join W County or West County State Roleplay or whatever?" I was like, "Sure," but like I was just kind of hesitant because. I mean, he just threw me in a position. He was like, "Hey, do you want a position?" And then he just threw me in there. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I'm personally capable of a position. Like, personally, I feel like I'm capable. But like, there are people that you won't even talk to, and then you'll just give them positions like
See, with-
code.
Right,
The thing
right.
is, the thing
It's
is,
like
Nick, he is not sort of like he just chucks people in positions for no reason. He knows you, like he's known you for a little bit now, and he knows that you're okay for the position. You can fit it,
right.
and position need to be filled because obviously the server's literally just growing, and we need a certain position to be filled
Yep.
with certain people, and the certain people that he's messaging is certain people that he thinks that can fit into that specific rank.
That he feels can fit into the specific position. Although he does, just like myself, he does give the opportunity. He gives the options. What community or in the community, what department do you want to be in, and then from there, we myself as well as Joe will decide. Hey, they want to be a part of this community, this company, or this department. Correction, they want to be a part of this department. We need staff members in this department. And we've known them for a while. We know how they role play. Do we feel comfortable with them being in this position? and that's how it's been for the majority of the members. But back then, when we were formerly known as San Andreas State Roleplay, it was different. It was just members were getting new members were getting chucked into staff positions right off the bat, and we didn't give them a chance to show us that this is how they actually do things. It was just they got chucked in.
Yeah. Hey, I got to go though.
Yep, you're good.
Yeah, it's been nice.
Yep, you're good.
Alrighty.
So now we move on to Henry. Henry, how are you today?
Good.
Good. That's awesome. So, Henry, can you explain what position you are in for West State County Roleplay for everybody watching?
I am the fire chief.
Fire chief. Awesome.
Very nice position that you have there, my friend.
Yeah.
So what is your reasoning for being in the West State County Roleplay server, and what do you feel like the server limits can be reached? Do you think it can reach a good potential, and do you think that it can be one of the highest there into the entire 5M community?
I think I can reach a really good potential as far as this community over other communities I've either been in or currently. There's one or two I'm in that I'm in the process of leaving. But out of all of them that I've ever been in stuff, this one feels like I have the most potential in it.
Mm-hmm. Henry, what are your goals specifically in West State County Roleplay?
Help the fire department grow and become one of the best departments here.
Awesome. Glad to hear. Let's see here. Leo, do you have any questions for? I'm sure you do. Do you have any? But go ahead if you have any questions for Henry. Well, I see if there's any other members that are wanting to be a part of the podcast.
No, I mean, personally, I think I have to go because I have to go to boxing in the morning.
Nerd.
Hey, you know what? That's fine. I'll continue the podcast if you gotta go. No big deal.
I will tune in though. We'll definitely. Good night, everybody, and we shall see you tomorrow.
Alright,
Goodbye.
We'll be back on tomorrow, for sure. Henry, I know we asked you for your goals. Can you give us a little brief history of like your roleplay experience altogether? Where your roleplay or where you started at when you started role playing for GTA 5.
Damn, that's a tough one. I started I think I started last year. As a dispatcher for ICRP, and then worked my way up through the ranks of dispatch to get O1 a dispatch. And then I surpassed that point and became a community coordinator in that community. So I helped run that community for a little bit. Mm-hmm. Then I had some IRL issues and some server issues, so I stepped down and took a couple steps back. I actually left the community for a bit. I then got a PC and went back to that community for a bit. I worked my way back up to the ranks and got fire chief. Mm-hmm. Ran fire for a little bit, and then more server issues came up, so I left again and started going to some other servers, getting some more RP experience in a whole bunch of different servers. And then Joe reached out to me because he knew me, because I've worked with him over at ICRP for a while. Mm-hmm. And reached out to me and said, I'm reaching out my community. Do you want to come help us grow it? So I'm like, sure. So that's how I got here.
ICRP and Custody Roleplay, it was, in my opinion, it was an okay community. The director there, I feel he has potential in, getting the community to grow. My only big issue with that community was I was brought in by another member of the community, and I was brought in by another member because I'm really good friends with the member, and I was brought in as a Blaine County Sheriff's Office unit, and I was promised a certain position in there, and all they needed was a few ride-alongs and about a couple hours of role playing, and I did what they required me to in order to get the position, and they never gave me the position. I got fed up with how in custody roleplay was doing when it came to actually being in sessions. There was a lot of fail roleplay in there, and it just ruined the fun. And I left in custody for a while, or I left in custody and gave up role playing for a while when it comes to 5M. And then Joe brought me back, or got a hold of me, and we brought this community back together. And honestly, it has gotten better than it used to, or than it originally was in the past. And just like everybody else here that we've interviewed so far, I could see the community growing.
Yeah. Can I speak on the? Oh, go ahead.
I actually used to be an ICRP. I used to be the first woman I used to be in was SHP. I used to be the O2. Wait, no, I was the O3, sorry. Then I went down to, I believe it was, Civ. Or something. But yeah, carry on, sorry.
And I want to make this clear because I know this is on podcast. This in no way is us bashing ICRP. Most of us left on good terms. I just want to throw that out there for you guys because I know no one else had said it yet. We're in no way bashing ICRP. Don't come at us in stream. Don't come at us in DM saying we're bashing another community. We're not. We're just saying the experiences we had there because I'm pretty sure we all met in that community at one point because I remember Zach and I remember Sky. I don't know if you guys remember me, but I remember you guys. I recognize the names now that now you guys bring it up. I do recognize the names.
And so that friend that, going back to ICRP, the friend that brought me in ICRP, her name is Jade. I'm sure you remember Jade.
Jade Wolf, yep.
Yep. She brought me in. She was the one that promised me the rank.
Yep.
She was the one that promised me the positions and stuff because even the director was okay with it, and honestly, it was, it hurt that, or seeing how ICRP treated members from time to time, and they even mistreated Jade. Because as you know, I don't know if you guys remember, but the 01 of Blaine County Sheriff's Office, back when I was in there and when Jade was in there, had stepped down.
I remember.
Jade was the one.
Mine, she was the 02 or 03.
She originally was the 03 when I started, and then she became the 02. The 01 stepped down not long after she became the 02, and they appointed the 01 of SHP as the temporary 01 of BCSO as well. And I thought that was downright wrong. Jade definitely deserved the position. They didn't give it to her, and that's why she left.
Yeah, and then he actually full on came over and completely ruined BCSO.
Speaking of Jade, I was originally part of Jade's server as well. We had to shut down the server due to unfortunate circumstances. We had just too much going on that we couldn't keep up and allow the community to grow. So we shut it down for a little while. All right. Code. Give me 1 second. I will definitely add you in so you can speak on your behalf in the podcast as well. Let's see here. Henry, you still got about a few more minutes, so go ahead and feel free to speak and say what you would like to say.
like I said, I'm not here to bash another community. It was a good community, but like you were saying, as far as I was just touching on a point you made about the FLRP over there. I saw it too, and that's part of the reason I left. I got called out for FLRP one day when I was testing something. I called somebody else in that community out for tackling and punching and kicking people in streams, and I was the one that was in an IA room and being yelled at, and they all backed up that other person because it happened to be a high-ranking person, and they all backed that person up and like, "Where's your proof? Where's your proof?" And it's like everybody in here knows, but they're just too scared to say something because they don't want to lose their ranks. And I called them out, and they didn't like it, so I left.
Right. All right. Code. Go ahead and join in the chat with us, and we'll go from there. But yeah, Henry, like I said, you still have a couple more minutes, so go ahead and feel free to speak and say what you would like to speak. I agree with you. I agree with you for sure on the. I'm not here to bash any other community. You know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm here to bash them.
I give props to any and all community directors that are out there currently as we're speaking. We hope that your community grows. Because there's billions of people in the world, and you never know. Every community has a chance to become popular. It's just how the community does as a whole on if it's gonna last long or not.
Yeah.
So
it also falls back onto the leadership to do their job appropriately. And not stick everybody else with the task while they sit back and just watch.
Mm-hmm. So, Henry, as right now goes with Westside County Roleplay, even though we're not that big of a community, but we are growing as we speak, what do you think of, how do you feel about Westside County Roleplay's leadership? And, feel free to speak your mind. Just know that we do have certain rules and guidelines that you will have to follow. Especially during the podcast, but feel free to speak your mind. How do you feel about Westside County Roleplay's leadership?
I really like what I've seen so far. You guys aren't pushing for members. You aren't pulling certain cards out of thin air to try to get people to join, and at the same time, you're still pushing to grow. You're not sitting back and just saying, "Well, we got what we got." You're pushing to grow. And you're working together. You're not leaving each other in the dark as far as what the membership can see. And if something pops up, you're not hiding it from the membership. You're letting us in on everything that's happening as we're all one big family and we all work together, especially the administration team and staff team and everybody works together.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. That's what I would like. That's what I love to hear. And I agree with you on that. I feel that Westside County is just one big family. We are pushing to grow, and that's how we will always be. For those that are just tuning in, if you would like to be a part of Westside County Roleplay, if you are not already, I do have the link in my description for you guys to join, and we can get you guys set up there as well. Westside County Roleplay, however, is a 5M community. So you are required to have a PC if you would like to actually be in-game. Dispatch-wise, you don't necessarily have to have a PC, although PC is highly recommended for the communications department because it just makes it easier being in the communications department because you can have several things open at once instead of switching back and forth. You're more than welcome to do it on your phone and things like that. The only issue is going to be TeamSpeak, mainly because we do a lot of our communications through TeamSpeak. Big thing with the communications department is and TeamSpeak is we do have a certain radio plugin for the game, or for 5M, our server on 5M, and we do have it in TeamSpeak as well. So it makes it easier for dispatchers and law enforcement units to be able to switch channels when it comes to needing to go to a different channel. Say, like we have north and south ops we have north ops and south ops frequency for when our community grows big enough that we can go statewide. We can easily have more than one dispatcher on, and we can have one per frequency and things like that. We can always have one doing 911 calls. We can have one in north ops. We can have one in south ops. Things like that. But yes, so we are open. No applications at the moment. You just join the link in in the description of my YouTube channel, and we can get you guys all set up to go from there.
Hey, go a question real quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hop off for the night because it's 2:29 a.m. and I'm tired as hell. So
No, you're good.
if you need me, if anyone's acting up, let me know.
All right. So Henry, that is all the time we had for you today. You are more than welcome to hop off. If you want to hop off.
co-host, I'll step over as co-host for you for a bit since it's just you now.
Yeah. I was gonna say, if you want to hop off, you're more than welcome to hop off, or you can stay and chat as well. And we are going to move on to Cody. Cody, you there, bud?
Yes, I am. Thank you for having me here.
How you doing tonight, Cody?
I'm doing pretty good. I just ate a good ribeye steak for dinner.
Steak. So delicious. You're making me
I'm
hungry for
jealous.
steak now. I am jealous.
Same.
I want steak now.
I had ribeye steak, mac and cheese, green beans, and a baked potato wrapped in bacon.
Oh, you're making me.
I want a steak and a baked
So I had
potato
a
now.
pretty good dinner.
My mouth is watering.
Oh, and a semi-burnt crescent roll.
So Cody,
Yeah.
you are a new member of West State County Roleplay. You did join today.
Yes.
Glad-
I've been in the server for like a couple days, but I verified today.
Yeah. So glad to see you join the WSCRP family. How do you feel about West State County Roleplay so far? What are your opinion? What's your opinions on it?
Definitely, as my first patrol tonight, I definitely had a lot of fun. Besides it being S and Q, if you know what I mean.
Mm.
This server definitely has a lot of potential, and I can see it growing.
Okay. What's your goal in West State County Roleplay in the coming years?
So, in West State County Roleplay, my goal is honestly just to have fun. I'm not looking for any staff position. I just want to be in the State Department and roleplay. That's all I honestly want.
Okay.
I'm not looking for anything special.
Okay. So to all the viewers listening in and stuff, do you guys have any questions? Feel free to post them in the chat, and we can get to your questions as well. Cody, do you have any issues within the community so far? Like, how do you feel about the staff team, the head administration team, things like that? Like, how do you feel? Do you think do you feel like we have a great administration team, like a great staff team, and things, or like what's your personal opinion? I'm not here to bash on you. I'm not gonna give you any shit and tell you that you're completely wrong. I would love to hear your opinion, and if you feel that there are things us as a community in a whole can need to do to improve, you're more than welcome. You have the floor, my man.
Alright, well, given that I just quote-unquote joined today, and this is my first patrol tonight, I don't really know any of our staff members, and I really haven't seen them perform, so I can't really have an opinion on our staff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so, I've only seen one trooper in tonight's patrol on, and I tried to talk to him, but apparently he didn't like me there, and I'm just trying to make a good first impression as being like a new junior admin, even though it's like my first day in the server and becoming the deputy commissioner of the highway patrol. I just want to make a good first impression on all my troopers and other civilians, so I can get like a good rap.
Now that you mentioned your deputy commissioner of the San Andreas San Andreas Highway Patrol, correction. Do
Yes.
you have any goals for the department as a whole?
I do have goals. I would like to know who the actual commissioner is first of all,
The actual commissioner.
so I know who my boss is.
I can tell you exactly who the actual commissioner is. Let me search that up for you. Actually, we don't have a commissioner. It's just myself and Joe running the department at the moment. We obviously run all the departments, and we do department head work when we need to do. So you're basically the head of the department as it goes until we can get David 1, or until we can get no one for Highway Patrol, which I feel that, granted, this is your first time ever role playing and being in a role play community.
I wouldn't say it's my first time role playing being a role play community. I'm just saying it's my first time being in a 5M server.
Okay, correct. So thank you for correcting me. First time being in a 5M server. I feel you have potential of becoming the correction. We do have a 01. His name is Christian. Christian G. Christian G. Yep. He is your 01, so he is your boss. But yeah, me personally, I feel that you could potentially end up being the 01 in the future. We just got to see how, your experience, or how, it goes with you, like how far you go, like experience-wise and stuff like that. Since you are an O2, you do have a lot of work to do within the Highway Patrol, just like any other department head and their O2s and O3s and stuff. For the other departments, but you keep putting in that work, and eventually I could see you becoming the O1 for Highway Patrol or another department.
I definitely will stick to Highway. I think Joe told me in the general chat of the server and Discord, saying that I did a really good job handling my department in the radio and just handling my departments in the server. So I can definitely see that as Joe could see me having potential, and I can further
I definitely,
my experience.
Like I mentioned, I definitely see you have the potential. You really do have the potential. It's just a matter of getting you all situated with the
yeah, I'm not looking for a promotion straight away to the top of everything. I want to get my wheels on the car and get settled in.
Yep. But yeah, so I definitely think you have potential, and I could see you going pretty far within the community. It's just a matter of getting you all settled in and situated and everything like that working. Speaking of getting things working, did you manage to get your voice chat fixed in the server?
Yes, it wasn't an issue on my end. I think it was just somebody else's. I noticed a lot of people not using their voice chat in the server tonight, which I don't want to talk to somebody and then act like I'm not even there, because what's the point of doing that if it's just going to ruin the RP?
Right. So I know during patrol tonight you did stop me at one point. I was the one on the bike, and you were trying to talk to me. You accidentally hit me off the bike during patrol, which was was fine. It's a quick 10:22. or quick disregard,
Yeah.
things like that.
Mhm.
But you were trying to talk to me, and I was actually trying to talk to you back. So I think it was just a issue. Like it was kind of partially an issue on your end with the audio things. Like
Yeah,
your
I
audio
turned
level.
my audio settings up a little more.
Okay, so they
I
are
can.
working properly now. You can hear people on the
Yes,
server.
they are working properly. Speaking of the audio, we had a shots fired call on Panorama at the flywheels, and there's a Bravo mic there, if you know what that is, and a purple classic vehicle with hydraulics, and I tried to talk to him, and he just drove off and didn't even act like I was there.
It could have been. I would definitely get a hold of that member. If you want to send me a DM on who it
I
was.
have no idea who it
You have
was.
no idea who it was. Okay, I will definitely
I
get
have
that.
no idea.
I will definitely get that dealt with as soon as
If I
possible.
see him in other SSUs, I will definitely talk to you about that, because I tried RPing with him, talking to him, because he was the last person there and the only person on scene of when the shots fired occurred.
Now I did
I tried to check this. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Finish what you were saying before I.
I tried to check the CCTV footage, and I really got no reply back of what was on the CCTV footage. So
Now
I think he was just there to.
The CCTV footage on that scene. Did you happen to notice like any actual cameras on the flywheels mechanic shop?
I did not see any actual posted cameras. But given that how small cameras can be these days, I just wanted to make sure if there was any CCTV footage.
So, judging by that, there was no response. If there was a camera, I would definitely have to go check that out and find out for sure if there is a camera there or not. Because if there is, then that's a little bit of a failed roleplay on that civilian's part. For not responding back and showing what the CCTV footage showed, or saying what the CCTV footage
will
showed.
say it was really near the end of the patrol, so they didn't really have time to respond, but they still had time to respond and figure out RP. Like I said, when I got on scene, he just came back left, and I tried to talk to him and act like I wasn't even there.
I did notice, however, while I was on patrol, I think I passed by you a few times, and the way I was acting, you should have honestly pulled me over, man. I was driving drunk, and I did wheelies right in front of you or whoever the other Charger unit was, because I believe there was actually like 2 Chargers.
There was a Sandy Shores city cop, police guy, and there was a BCSO deputy and a trooper and myself. Given that it was my first day, I really need to study the penal codes.
Yeah, no. So we do have those available.
So that's why I didn't pull you over.
You're good.
All the time.
We do have a department resources chat in the Discord for you to view. It's going to be under your.
Yeah, I'll definitely take a look at that.
Yeah, it's going to be under your department category. Let's see here. Do I have any other members of the community wanting to join the podcast tonight? Probably not. Okay.
Zach, I'll definitely say this. You're a little more active today than Joe was in the server.
So cool. Let's see here. General chat. Alright, so we actually have been going on for about an hour and a half now. Cody, we have 5 minutes left. for this podcast, and that's 5 minutes that you have on the floor is yours.
All right. Well, like I said, I definitely had fun tonight patrolling in my Charger. Definitely took a little bit to start and get set up. Hopefully, Joe keeps the server open tonight because I'd like to get my character set up and everything so I can be ready for other patrols instead of having to do it at the beginning of patrol and then getting little RP in. So I'd like to do that.
One thing I might recommend as far as the server goes and you finishing getting set up is, we do have the code or vehicle spawn codes for you to use. I would recommend going through those. I think it's HP 1 to HP. I don't know how many we have, but I would definitely go like HP 1 and keep going.
I think it's HP 12.
Is it HP 12? Okay, so
I think so. I'm not sure. I think each one has at least 12.
Okay. I'm going to actually do the same thing so that way vehicles load in faster next patrol. But that's one thing I would recommend is excuse the background noise, but I would definitely recommend at least trying to spawn in the HP pack, and because at first when you first join the server, it does take time for it all to load in, but every other time you join in the server, it loads in a lot faster. And with that being said, it gives you more time to get things set up, save the vehicles the way, you want them set up and stuff like that. So that way, whenever you happen to patrol, you can easily go into the menu and spawn them via your saved vehicles.
I'll definitely say the lights and ELS on the car tonight was a little dim for my liking. It's like halogen lights compared to LEDs. They're a little dim.
One thing that should be able to help fix that is if you go into the vehicle options in the V menu. In the vehicle options, there should be, I think it's under the mod menu. If you click on that, or under the mod menu in the F1 trainer. In vehicle options, there should be an option for xenon headlights. You click, enable that option, and the headlights will definitely be LEDs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just talking about the ELS instead of the headlights, but I'll definitely do that too.
So the ELS, for sure, we can definitely take a look at that and try or get that fixed as best as possible. Henry, you were wanting to say something?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask on a separate note. Was anybody else having issues? Did FiveM update for anybody else and then make them crash like 20 times tonight?
So that would be a server-wide issue. It's some of the scripts. I've noticed that before on some of our other patrols. Is that certain scripts? It wasn't just
the server though. I tried it in other servers I still have access to, and every server I tried to get into, after about 10 minutes, would crash me out, and I couldn't. I would rejoin, and then it'd crash me every 10 seconds after that.
Okay, so that's an issue on the 5M side itself then. But I was gonna say if you
I don't know if it was something with my internet or if it was something that anybody else had known of. We're having issues with today.
I haven't really tried any other servers, so I can't really tell you for sure. Yeah, so sorry for cutting time short. Leo, you got, or not Leo, Cody, you have about another minute, so the floor is yours for the remainder.
Alright, well, Zach, I'd just like to say I definitely think you're a great leader when it comes to the server. First day, you helped me so much, and you got me straight to patrol. Asked the question, you answered it right away.
Yeah, no problem. That's something I try and do as a director of the community, is make sure everybody is all set and ready to go, so that way they can come into the session and have a lot of fun. have fun role playing and enjoy themselves.
Definitely see this server definitely have a lot of potential. One thing I'd like to see is Discord servers for each department instead of like channels in the main Discord server.
Oh, yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
it'd definitely be more organized like that, and you'd have each department pretty much doing their own thing at their own work. Like I own my own roleplay server. It's not 5M. It's Roblox, but I own my own roleplay server, and I have each department set up with their own Discord server. I run state, so I do all my things in my state server, and I definitely like to organize because I had a server with all the departments in one. It was just really too much for me, so I made separate servers, and it's really nice that way.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Thanks for the suggestion, by the way. I was thinking about doing that at some point. I just wanted, to wait for the community to grow a little bit before I started, actually developing the other Discord servers for each department and then getting them all situated and stuff there. That is something I do intend to work on. So, yeah.
I definitely would like our AOPs to go statewide at some point once the server grows and stuff. Just like if it's going to be county, if it's going to be the city.
Right. Yeah, no, that's a goal we aim to hit or reach and stuff. So, thank you guys.
Like we can get more.
Thank you guys so much for coming out and joining us on the podcast today. Again, the podcast was hosted by myself and Leo. We will be back on and live again tomorrow night at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for everybody watching, so stay tuned for that. We will try and have more members in to interview. So, Henry and Cody, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We do appreciate you guys coming out and, speaking your opinion about Westlake County Roleplay. And we hope that you guys have a wonderful rest of your night.
Thank you. You have a wonderful rest of your night as well.
Thank you for having us. Have a good night.
You too, guys. Alright, everybody, that is going to be it. And like I said, that's going to be it for us tonight. We're actually a little past time. So, just make sure to stay tuned. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the notifications so you never miss a video or a podcast from the channel.